Now tuned into the greatest.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you listen to another episode of 600 Podcast. I am your 5'9" host with sophisticated ignorance, Uncle Jay. Crowd goes wild. Thank you, everybody, for coming back to the 600 Podcast. Thank you so very much. Man, hey, look at you. You sitting right next to me.
Hi.
So that means we must have some extra person here today, huh?
We got a little extra. Read all about it.
Introduce yourself to the people, and then we can get to our guest.
Oh, hello, I'm Yessie. Nice to meet y'all. I'm good to be here.
This is our girl, Yessie, everybody. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you guys for having me.
On the 6 Feet Under podcast.
Ooh.
I'm outnumbered, fellas. After last week's episode, they said they're coming to take over like they always do. I'm just kidding. Now, thank you, Yessie, for being here today. First guest inside the Petty Cash Studio.
I must say, it's very nice. I like the green and then the greens.
Yes, we keep green in our eye.
We
green
keep
for money.
green.
Oh, yeah.
And
yeah.
marijuana.
There you go.
Not envy. You feel me? Nah, but thank you guys for coming to this episode. Thank you, Petty Cash Studios. As I always like to say, if y'all in the LA area, if you guys got your podcast ideas going on, then bring your ass down to Petty Cash Studio. Alex, Mark, great guys to work with, very professional. I fucking love them, man. All right. This week's episode was brought to you by Bitter Ex-Wives. I'm just playing. Nah, as we always do in this time, before we can get into today's episode, we gotta get into our updates, man. Gotta talk to you guys about that TV show that we always talk about around this time. That oh so lovely Sopranos. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This week, I was riding around all week thinking about what I wanted to say about Sopranos, and there's so much shit that's gone down that show in the last 2 weeks since we recorded that I don't even have words. So I'm just kicking to Auntie and her friend Yessie here because they are Soprano aficionados. Take it away, ladies.
So update on where I'm at. I'm on season 5.
Ooh.
Okay, I'm getting to the juice.
Ooh.
Season 5, but what? You don't know what episode? I had to rewind a couple times. So
we're at the point where Tony's cousin's back.
Tony's cousin is back.
No.
Which one? That fool got many cousins.
Facts. Bro got more. I'm not going there.
It's like he had just got his cousin got out of jail, and he technically
the Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi. Where it says with Steve Buscemi. That's how you know that the seasons and the show is actually growing and getting good. But I'm on season 5, you guys.
Mr. Pink's on there now.
Mr. Pink is on there. Tony is still immature individual.
I got something to say.
Christopher is getting on my list though. He's to the top.
Oh, I got something to say. I forgot. We just watched the episode when Tony got caught up with Adriana in the car.
Okay.
Oh,
do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then it's like, Tony. It's the audacity for him. Not only were they riding in the car, but they were doing drugs.
See, that's the worst part about it to me. The drugs was the most normal part about the scene.
Because Adriana gonna do her drugs. But and again, these are spoilers. If you haven't seen The Sopranos, do not be commenting.
25 years later.
Yeah, if you haven't seen Sopranos 25 years later, okay, get to it. Okay.
I just want everybody to know this. I want to live in a world where one day I can be just as sexy as James Gandolfini.
Oh my goodness.
The way Tony Soprano, aka James Gandolfini, is just shown as a sexy man.
Just a macho.
He's a man boy.
Just the sexiest of the sexiest man boob having. Look, I man boob for Tony Soprano.
Wow.
These man boobs are for Tony Soprano.
That was heavy. He just flashed y'all.
I did. No, but that is, it is funny watching that show, and it's kind of like today's topic. It's funny watching that show and seeing like the standards of beauty, the standards of living, the standards of like what anything is 25 years ago has changed. So showing James Gandolfini, and I hope I'm saying her name right. If I am, don't whack me. Right. But the fact that they had back in 2000 or 1999, they tried to convince us that a balding, fat white man was the epitome
It's the it factor.
of gangsta
Yeah.
and sexy.
It's the gangster and sexy because,
But you
like,
know what?
I can believe the gangsta,
Yeah.
but the sexy is driving me out.
But you know what? I kind of like that for the simple fact that they kept it original. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
I guess that
Because
is.
anybody can be playing, like, I grew up with telenovelas. So,
Telenovelas.
I had the, I think it's now on Netflix called like the Princess of the Cartel or something like that, but it's in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
all of them, like, you're used to seeing like hot girls and like
Very true.
Mhm.
handsome ass, like, wow,
Yes.
guys that you're just like, wait, what? That when you get somebody like, Tony, I call him Tony all day, every day. That's Tony for
he
me.
is Tony.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or T.
When you hear Tony,
Mhm.
like, that's what you see out. That's what you used to get, So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, but to each their own.
Teach their own. I'm not saying that you having man titties as a man and being bald can't be sexy to somebody. There is that. Yeah, I got man titties and I'm bald, and my
I
lady
love
love
this
me.
bald
But
man titty
I'm
man.
just saying the fact that women was just tripping over because was just the part that's crazy. But you do bring a great point up. The telenovelas and the soap operas where everybody, and may I say the Aries, I gotta speak like that because I don't want to get in trouble. But the Aries shows when everybody got muscles and six packs and flawless, that is kind of crazy. You be like, bro, what in the hell,
I want to
Aries?
be that.
Why are you doing that?
Baywatch, there's no lifeguard that looks like that. Okay, maybe like, 5%.
Baywatch is crazy.
Some of them, yeah.
Because
The lifeguards at the community pool didn't look like that, okay?
that is facts. That
At
is
the
facts.
neighborhood. I know,
That is
like, what
facts.
area are y'all in?
Yeah, because
Well,
where
I mean,
didn't nobody in Baywatch look like me anyway, so I knew that shit couldn't have been real. Anyways,
Anywho, y'all.
today's episode was not brought to you guys by Bitter Wives. It was actually brought to you guys by the night shift gals of the cannabis industry. Ain't that who you ladies are? Ain't that who y'all be? Won't y'all tell the people about that?
Thank you for being here today.
Hi.
Hello. And we're also brought to you today by Wafers Lights, Puff Puff, Gardening, Sun Grown. If you do not smoke from the sun, you are a bum. Just kidding. Shout out to my husband. That's his quote. But yes, this is my girl Yessie. She is my partner on the Night Shift Gals. We do events as well, but we are incorporated in the community gardening events because a lot of people feel like you cannot have a good time or you can't have an educated session or like a good networking session that involves cannabis. What would be your take on that? That's my opinion in my experience in the cannabis industry.
Well, my take on that is bullshit, but I'm not the one talking about the night shift gals.
So yes, we are the Night Shift Gals. Tell them how we thought of the name, friend. How did we think of the name Night Shift Gals?
One day we were just working at night.
That night.
Every fucking night. Every goddamn night.
Yeah, fuck that company.
And, they knew what they were doing because they knew that they had two bad bitches closing that got shit done, meaning everything done from, whatever we had to do to all the way cleaning. We did it all. And the minute we wanted to get some time off at night to do our own thing that we've been planning, it was always, we got the runaround. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to be nice.
You're doing great.
But she knows how I feel.
You're doing great as we want to
how I
continue to flourish.
We grow.
But overall, we were the Night Shift Gals. We literally made a joke about being like, man, we just might as well be working in a diner, and gals. So the Night Shift Gals were born.
Yep.
And we're here to stay.
Yep.
So we're actually, we really just want to change the stigma of the community gardening events.
Yep.
So really, like, if you had to describe your relationship with cannabis, what would they be? What would it be in 3 words?
Oof. Goddamn. I just need to.
Goddamn. Hey, we don't need we do not judge you if it's less. We need 3 or less.
It's kind of hard to put it in 3 words because it's there's a lot that goes on, A lot of people see the fame and the glory of it, but there's always other things around that are a little bit harder. And I speak this because I'm like first generation, and I'm breaking through my own stigmas on top of the stigmas we're going through, you know? So it's hard. That's why I'm just saying, like, it's just goddamn.
Goddamn.
Or
Yeah,
fucking
hun.
shit. Whichever you
about
want.
What about you, Uncle?
If I could sum up my relationship with cannabis in 3 words, I think it would have to be 4 words actually. And in the quote, the great philosopher named Beccalis, I love this shit, bitch.
Okay, the bitch is a bonus word. That's approved.
Okay. Nah, it would be I love this shit. Honestly, it would be that phrase, because just like anything else that you love in life, there are days when I love working in the cannabis industry, and there are days when I hate working in the cannabis industry. As our good friend Yessie said here, it's not all glitz and glamour. It's not all chariot and roses. It's actually a lot of work, yo. It's a lot of operations. It's a lot of organization. It's like I work my day job in the cannabis industry, and some days I work and then I come record. Days like today, I worked longer in the day before I came recorded. And you would think like working in the cannabis industry and then hopping into a podcasting booth, I would be all jipper, but I'm not, because I got this issue to handle over here and this issue to figure out over here, or like these things to try to sell or figure out why these things are so. It's like I said, it's a very huge operational database job that people just who aren't in it just automatically take whatever movie that they know about weed, whether that's How High or Cheech and Chong or whatever generation. I don't know what the generation stoner movies are now, but whatever people know weed from movies, if you're not in it, that's how you assume it is. And that is not true. That is far from the truth. That ain't even, at this point, I've been working in cannabis for about 5 years or so, legally.
Right.
And
Can't confirm nor deny.
I hate to say it, but I feel the same way about cannabis movies is the same way I feel about sports movies. Like, sports movies are cool. They're nice to watch. They're like inspirational.
Right.
But for the most part, most sports movies to me are fucking stupid. They're corny, they're cheesy, they're not realistic, and the acting looks terrible. In cannabis movies, I feel the same way. Like, bro, like, I don't know what weed people smoking in cannabis movies, but I ain't smoking that.
I wish I was.
Sometimes
I don't know what
I'm like,
weed they
I don't know
smoking
what you smoke.
Like, what was Craig smoking, y'all?
What was Craig smoking? What did they smoke to get into
Smokey
Harvard?
was smoking some other shit.
Yeah, Smokey was getting wet. Yeah, Smokey was Sherman Hemsley. So yeah, that's my feeling about those. My words is how I would describe my relationship with the industry. What about you, Auntie?
I mean, my relationship with the industry, I really are just like just cannabis in general in 3 words. Because I mean, I asked the question, and when I wrote the question, I was like, I don't even know what it means to me, because it's kind of fluctuated. But I would say, like, in 3 words, education is key. Because it's really, really a thing that you really need to take your time and educate on. We're not, people who smoke marijuana. There are other people who are the funny stoner, ching ching chong people that are like, I don't know, dude, like, totally 99 tacos for 99 cents.
Yeah. Shout out to that commercial.
And if you don't know that commercial,
too young.
You got a 2 in your birthday, honey.
Definitely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, even that commercial, which I'm sure like mad folks don't even remember if they not born after the year 1998.
Yeah.
But like, I think that was Jim Boys or not Jim Boys.
Jack
in the Box. It was a Jack in the Box commercial. And Buddy was at the window and he was like, oh, 99 cents. Oh my goodness. And it's like, what's crazy is I didn't even realize, because when that commercial dropped, I had just moved to Cali. Never they had Jack in the Box down south. Right. So when I first saw the commercial, that shit went over my head. I had to go to school for a kid to point out that he was a stoner. And I was just like, and for me, I guess why I'm bringing the story up is that for me, that's never what I thought people who smoke weed look like, just coming from where I came from. That's why weed to me, or cannabis, is such a, it's such a touch and go thing because you may think you know what a stoner or a weed smoker looks like, especially if you're passing judgment. You may think you know what it looks like: shaggy guy, rough t-shirt, Metallica, fucking Led Zeppelin shirt.
Right.
Motherfucker, you don't realize that your English teacher smoke weed.
Okay.
Your grandma
Your-
probably smoke weed.
Your doctor.
Your doctor definitely
Your
smoke
doctor
weed.
for
Yo
sure
definitely
smoke weed.
smokes
Hey.
weed. Okay, your lawyer smoke weed.
They be
Your
going
mama
through
used
some
to smoke
shit.
weed. How you think she met your daddy? You know what I'm saying? So it's just like very crazy how that commercial was like a eye opener to me. That I was like, oh damn, that's what a Cali weed smoker looks
Mhm.
like. Because you bring up a good point. Yes, like to me, like before moving to Cali, the only ideology of a Cali weed smoker I had was Smokey and Craig from Friday. And I thought cats who wore they hat backwards and glasses. Damn, look at me.
You're like, let me just.
Yeah, I'm like, what? I'm over here just snitching on myself. Nah, that's what I thought most weed smokers look like. And now that I realize that that's just a stereotype, most of this shit is like hugely stereotypical, which again, there are good stereotypes and there are completely bad stereotypes.
Right.
Unfortunately, I feel like cannabis is still hugely in a bad stereotype area, which I mean, I don't know what to do to get out of it because some of this shit I feel like we do to ourselves. When I say we, I mean the industry. When I say the industry, I
Yeah.
mean people who
I mean, we in
You
it.
know.
Shoot.
work in this thing. But
Peoples.
I mean, you said you were in the industry for like 5 years. So, what was your first job in the cannabis industry?
my first job in the cannabis industry was a delivery driver.
Mm.
Like most folks, I would say, I hate using this phrase, but like we already talked about Sopranos, but the cannabis industry is a mob. It's a gang, it's a clique.
You gotta know
Mm.
somebody to know
Know somebody to know
Heavily
somebody.
on the club.
I'm not saying you're gonna get yourself jumped in, like, so I ain't trying to be scary about the cannabis industry, but you do definitely have to get recommended in some ways. I luckily was able to get my first job because the pandemic was happening and they were ramping up on needing delivery drivers. So like for the most part, as y'all all know, once you get one job in the cannabis industry, you can always net another one by meeting more people. So my next job was another delivery driver job, which was funny because I didn't realize it was trap until damn near got raided. That was
shit.
yeah, it was my introduction to
there
the
you go.
to the dark side. And then I worked in packaging and I worked for a company named Bleep. And over at Bleep, I used to do like $5,000 packaging orders a night for the city of Sacramento, just me and another person just sitting there packaging. So if you order for this company named Bleep between the years of 2020 to 2021, or if you got your order declined by Bleep, that was probably me. So yeah, fuck that company too.
For real.
And then I moved down here to Southern California, got linked in with one of the best dispensaries in the game. The shop called Atrium, Woodland Hills. Shout outs to Ty, good folks over there. It's one of the best experiences I ever had because that's when I got to meet like a variety of smokers, like from like the old heads to like young, almost a young, but like the 18-year-old med card ones, and that's when I realized it really was Unc.
Yeah,
'cause that hit me.
Made you feel old.
Made me feel old, and then obviously, as history goes, I got linked up with Wafers from working there, and yeah, that's 5 years worth of work.
That's 5 years worth of work.
Yeah, man.
That's funny. He said that's when I figured out it was worked in the trap.
Yes. Yeah, I didn't know.
You never know until it's secure.
That's the
Has
beauty
that
of the
happened to
industry.
you? Like what was your first
Well, my
job?
my first job here, like legally, was back in 2020. And it was actually because, again, people. My best friend worked at the Higher Path, and that's how I started working there.
Okay.
And I started off just like weighing packaging for smaller distribution. And then eventually, like, I met some like you said, we met some cool people.
Yeah.
And I met some really dope people in there. And, a bunch of these, and most of them were girls, a bunch of these girls, they like would push me and they'd be like, Yessie, like, your shit. Like, Yessie, you need to get on this side. You need to talk to people and tell them like what you know. Because every time they would just look at me and they were just like, oh, she's just packaged. Okay, whatever. I know my shit too. But that was initially like my first legally job back in 2020, and because of COVID,
Yep.
But like my first job just
Just in
in
cannabis.
just in general, was back. I want to say like 2012, 2013.
Yeah.
And I worked at a trap shop on La Brea,
Mm-hmm.
and I would just be in the back trimming, just fucking cutting up weed.
Yep.
And that's how I started. And then eventually, like, same thing. Like, I was going to work, and they're like, "Don't show up." It got raided. I was like, "I'm going back."
Right.
And at this
And I'm
time,
done.
I was going to school for hair, and I was doing that. So I was
Yep.
like, "All right, cool." But that was initially like my first taste in like working in the industry.
yeah.
But you know, the minute I could have just got my med card, I was like, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
Off we go to the legal trap shops and everything.
Right.
But hey, shout outs to them, because some of them had libraries in there that you can check out books and read about them
Exactly.
and know about, you know, your cannabinoids and all that
Right.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like not a lot of shops had that, not especially trap shops, but you know, this shop did. They had a bunch of books, and I would go in there every time I would go buy my weed. I'd be like, "Hey, let me rent it out." And you know, they'll keep you on record too. They'll call you if you don't bring it back. Because
I'm
sorry.
dead.
But I brought it back. I was just reading it from like
Mhm.
page 1 to the end. So, but that's when I was like, that was it.
Yeah.
That's what opened my eyes. Like when I say goddamn
Yep.
to describe it, it's because goddamn, when I opened that book and I read more into what it was,
Mhm.
I was like, holy shit, like my mama was wrong.
Listen,
You
okay.
know?
Shout out to the fam bam because yes,
For real.
we,
Shout out to them, because if not, I would not be here right now. Hey, they're watching my kid.
because
But yeah, like that opened a whole new world for me. And it just showed like there's more to just getting high and like feeling good. Like, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm never saying don't do it, but you can actually get benefits out of this, you know,
Mhm.
instead of going through other things and trying to deal with other whatever you have going on. Like this is it. This is the future.
Mhm.
And a lot of times people are like, "Oh yeah, you're just saying that because you're stoner. Yeah, it's the future." Honestly, if you really break it down, like you can literally take the cell of the weed and match it with other cells and other like fucking elements of the periodic
Mhm.
table and match the same shit.
literally,
And y'all don't
it's
even
like
know
having
that.
a baby. Literally,
Yeah,
there's a
y'all don't
whole
even know that because you're like, this shit's bomb.
It's crazy how to
dead
me,
ass.
like the reefer madness feeling,
Yo.
fear that people still have
Mhm.
is crazy, because like you said, if you just replaced that shot with THC,
Mm-hmm.
you replaced that, I don't know, line with maybe injection of THC, you would kind of feel, I won't say the similar effects because I'm not trying to compare drugs, but you will feel euphoric feelings that will do less damage to your body. But
Mhm.
like you said, people still stuck on some reefer madness
Absolutely,
bullshit.
yeah.
Like, wow.
You
What
gotta-
about you, Auntie? What was your first job?
I mean, just like Friend said, about 2012, 2013, 2012 for sure, because that's when, you know, there was
Then
a
we
trap on
old.
every corner. I call it experience.
Right.
I'm very grateful to be 32 in this industry because I just feel like, you know, when we used to work where we worked, I used to shake my head at them, just like, boy or
You're
girl.
grateful. Be grateful. What you
In
have.
2012 and 2013, I worked in the trap where we walk up to the door and that thing gone. Or they're texting you like, don't come, just like you said. Or we were super excited and then every other corner was shut down every day. So just working as packaging and then trimming in the back, trimming, packaging, rolling joints, you know, a packager, a white labeler. And then, you know, I was, you know, sue me, but selling dime bags was the thing to do when you back in the day.
Hey.
So
Those
and then
next size ones.
yeah, honestly, I worked in a trap and then I didn't really work in a legal market until coming to Southern California and becoming a brand ambassador and then becoming a bud tender and a manager of a dispensary. The legal side, I figured out in retail, not for your girl. Like the brand ambassadorship, I very much love and adore and appreciate. And I'm grateful that I can have fun and talk to people about something that I used to be on the run for.
Right?
Like, do we smell? Do we smell
on
like
my
it?
eyes, right?
Do you have, you know what I
On my
mean?
eyes,
So
right?
I'm very grateful. But I actually was just laughing, picturing myself asking if I smelled like weed. Sorry, stoner moment. So I actually legally didn't even work in the cannabis industry until I came to Southern California, which I'm very grateful that I had the trap experience and just the experience of growing up, buying dime bags and,
Just a word of advice for anybody who smokes weed. Asking, do you smell like weed?
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yes, you smell like weed.
Two motherfuckers that smell like weed.
Yes.
And you also said something earlier that kind of perked my interest of just growing up. And her mom was wrong. Like my family had a whole history of being super judgmental around the plant. Just to in the end, me being able to kind of converse and have full, piles of marijuana in front of my family because it's understood that this is further than just getting high.
I went from like hiding my weed bags and being like, I hope she
Yeah.
doesn't find it, to me having some in a cooler and being like, Mom, do you want this or not? And she'll be like, yeah. But she doesn't smoke it. She just uses it for her oils and shit. She likes to put it in her
The
oils
medicinal
and
side.
I actually just converted my dad too onto the bombs.
Okay.
He likes to pop on Barkley bombs. My
I
dad
love
was
that.
very like, he's like, my mom was very vocal about it, but she'll be like, nah, I don't care. Like, if you would ask my dad would be like, fuck that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then keep it moving. But, ever since he tried that bomb, he goes, hey, it works. And I'm like, you see? I told you.
Yeah.
It's not just getting high, man. It actually helps.
Mm-hmm.
So it's funny to see, like, how your family would judge you. And then I'm just like,
25 years later.
It's because people don't understand that, just like I said earlier, like the weed is the mob, the industry is the mob, but the plant in itself is a religion. Yeah. Follow me. You just said you had to convert your daddy to using some items.
Yeah.
What else do you ever convert?
Yeah,
see, doing the Lord's work.
It's the Lord's work.
See, God put this on earth for me
and you. There you go.
Okay. I didn't even make them words up. All right. But nah, it's like weed is like a damn religion, dog. Like, and the reason why I say that is because being in this industry, you notice that with weed being like a religion, there are people who passively maybe praise the plant. Mm-hmm. And then you got your what you call weed extremists. Mm-hmm. They damn near like Trump supporters for weed. They know everything about weed, about the plant, what year weed dropped, what the terpene profiles is.
I wish that was that good, man.
Yeah.
I don't. I can't stand you motherfuckers.
It'd be like, according to my calculations,
yeah.
right?
Actually, Master Bubba Kush dropped in 1985.
The original strain was actually in 1996, bro.
Like, shut
Damn.
your
We
ass
have the
up.
original clone.
Shut no woman having ass up.
No woman, no cry.
I'm just kidding. Nah,
we love y'all.
It is funny that like you really do have to like convert people over because like everybody said, I don't think I ever actually came out and told my parents, yeah, I smoke weed. When they found out or found my weed for the first time, well, I was 28 years old, still denying that was my weed.
Yeah.
What the hell I look like being a grown ass man talking about, nah, mama, that ain't mine. Like, but I was. And it is just really one of those weird things, a reflection now, because it's very known that I smoke weed, but it's not a conversation that we have. Plus, it's also what I look like. What do I look like having conversations with people who don't want to talk about that subject matter?
Yeah.
I find it that what I do when it comes to weed is my personal choice. So I choose not to engage with people. If you don't smoke weed, you don't, that ain't your thing. I'm not engaging with you about it. I'm not talking to you about it. Yeah. We don't need to discuss it.
We'll talk about the weather.
Yes.
How's it going?
Yeah, because the weed clearly ain't good enough. But the weather must be. So
it's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you're a mother. So, like, what do you think? Because we don't have children and people judge us alone for, smoking and smelling like marijuana and things like that. But, like, what do you think the biggest misconception of smoking marijuana and being a mother is? Especially for people who have no consideration of understanding the industry.
Right. It's...
She said, let me make sure I don't get canceled.
Let me make sure I don't hurt anybody's feelings. Nah, it's definitely a tough one because, like, you get pictured that you're worse than anything else that you can take. Meanwhile, you got people taking Xanax, people taking Adderall 2-3 times a day just to get about your day. And I'm not here to shame nobody, but you know, if you're gonna judge me for fucking puffing the Lord's work,
Yeah. The Lord's
then
plan.
what the hell? Cause shit, to each their own mother, but man, like I feel like it actually helps me more
Mm-hmm.
because I be losing my shit. Okay, like I love my son, he's the greatest, but sometimes he's a little too much. Especially like I just stopped working out of the cannabis industry, and you know that. And you know that.
Yeah.
You know, I've been out of it for almost a year now. I've been just doing, as all my friends call it, normal jobs, because
Okay.
everybody knows me like,
A
oh,
big
you
girl
work in
job.
weed, like
Yeah.
where you working at? And I say something, they're like, oh, so a normal job. Like, yeah, bitch, I know how to do a normal
Yeah,
job
we
too.
have a big girl job.
So just going back and forth from that, like, you know, for a long time it was like keep a normal job just to make my family happy, but you know, I also want to do something great with the plan. So that's why the retail side is like great, because it gives you that freedom. It gives you that like, okay, it's not that bad. Like you got moms working at bars, getting loaded, risking their life going home like that. Not saying all of them, but I'm saying some of them. You know, they are out there. You don't want to put that to each one. Or you see a mom having a wine with their kid in front. Like, you know, people always are going to judge people like, oh, you smoking in front of a kid? First of all, I don't. Okay?
Yeah.
Before anybody says anything, I keep my shit away. Do I smell like it sometimes? Maybe. And he'd be like, you smell funny. And I'm like, let me come back.
Yeah.
Come back in. But, you know, I try to keep those two separate because I want my kid to be a kid. I want him to see like there's more to life out there, and then he's gonna find it eventually. When he does, I hope he comes to me and tells me like, yo, I want to try this, or hey, what's this about? Like, why do
Yeah.
you do it? Like he asked me like, why? Because he'll sometimes when he did that dare class, I don't know what it's called now,
Oh,
but
yeah,
remember
like
those
the-
dare classes?
Yeah, the drug free, the
Don't
way to
do
be.
drugs. He came home one day like regulating, hardcore, like don't do drugs, mom. He gave me a little band-aid, everything. Don't do drugs. He's like, you can't be smoking, you can't be doing alcohol, no drinks. And then he would be like, if it fizzles, like, hey, shout out to that, because you know, it's telling kids,
he got that
it's
shit.
keeping kids up to date, that's for sure. But you know, I have to tell him like, look, there's different reasons why people do it. You know, I have my reasons. My biggest reason was because I had a lot of migraines, and I had them since as a child.
Yeah.
Never went away. Now I got Botox for it, and it's great. But that's another story. But it helped me with that. And then also I had a lot of PTSD, postpartum depression and all that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the times when I first had my kid, I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this no more. I'm going to be the mom that I should be, the mom that society wants me to be. And I was put on all these type of medications just to keep my depression and everything cool. And it got to a point where I ended up taking one that was supposed to be like a 2-in-1 deal for me. And half of my body went numb. I couldn't feel anything. My face drooped. I couldn't move this side of my face. And I was like, nah, I don't. And I didn't like this. And then also I got put on some shit that I couldn't even feel, to a point where you can be saying some really hurtful stuff to me.
Yeah.
And it would just be like, whoop. And you know those feelings, you know those shits. And you're like, wait, what the fuck? So once I was like, nah, let me try this. And I went from when I got back into it, I like one snapper, bro, I was loaded. I was like, oh my God, I miss this feeling. But also it's like, I went, I did my shit, clean my room, clean the house. Baby was still fine. Enzo was cool, but I was more calm. I was more relaxed. And I was able to like say I was okay. Like I was like, all right, cool, I got this. All right, like I'm chilling. I don't have to feel so angsty. I didn't feel like I had to be everywhere at once. So it kind of mellowed me out. It helped with that. And it ties with a lot of things. Like I said, this plant has done more for me than a lot of things have. And, you know, you just kind of have to find your niche. A lot of people aren't for it. Yeah. And that's cool. I have a friend who's, you know, she doesn't do it for shit. She doesn't have kids, and it's not her thing. It's not her thing. And I'm like, you know, that's cool. And like, same thing, like if you're a mom and you have kids and you are okay. A lot of times people are gonna be like, take your time, go have you time, go have mom time. A lot of the times it's gonna be mimosas. well, bitch, why can't it be a joint?
Right.
Why can't I take a dab?
Period.
You know,
No,
like
say that
that's
shit.
cool.
Have
Like,
a
hey,
drink.
don't.
Have
I like
Alizé.
mimosas too. I like mimosas too. Hey, don't
Have
get me wrong.
Hennessy.
But sometimes I just want to join. Sometimes I just want
Yeah.
to puff. I don't need a drink.
Yeah.
It's not for me. Like I've done it before
Of
as a
course.
kid and everything. So it's not like oh, it's not, but also it's not a thing where I can be like, oh, I need it.
Yeah.
Sometimes when there's tough times, and I
Of
mean
course.
real tough times, then yeah. But it's hard out here,
Mhm.
being a, just a single mom trying to do
Yeah.
what I can for my kid. And a lot of times, like, people are like, oh yeah, the weed industry will get you a lot of money. And a lot of times you're like, hell yeah. And then, sometimes it's not always it.
Mhm.
And sometimes you end up doing the retail, the brand ambassadoring, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, just to get what you feel like you need to get. And,
Yeah.
I do give that props to the retail side, at least, because it does give you that. Even if you're, even if you have a home and you have, somebody helping you with your kid, sometimes you need that time too. Go smoke a joint, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, there's CBD too now.
There is
get your
CBD.
101s. Those are fun.
I mean,
The 2 to
actually,
1s. I love the 2 to 1s.
And that's where the education
And that's
comes
where it
in
kicks
place.
in.
Like, honestly, again, like I said, we're not parents. We're still the aunts and the uncle. We are still close friends with people and people who are.
These are the aunts and uncles
We
of
are
Enzo.
the aunts and the uncles. We love you. And we have friends with kids who are very open and smoke in front of their
Mhm.
kids. And honestly, I've smoked in front of people's kids if they allow
Mhm.
them, because that's not my
Yeah.
kids.
Everybody
But,
parents
like,
different.
Coming from somebody whose parent actually was on drugs and like did drugs, I think cannabis is the least of our worries in the judgment zone. The
Word.
only place that where I would place judgment is if you're constantly short due to your consumption.
Mhm.
Because then I do have the people in my life who have reached out to me on multiple occasions, but then they are posting their plethora of the gardening. And I just think it comes to a point where you have to make it fit in. It's literally on your list like a budget, like my face oil, like gardening, if it comes to.
Yeah. For a good, well, you saw me, when I was working like 5 jobs, like I was able to afford like real good shit.
Exactly.
Now
After you
now
had
I'm
your,
so-
and then you've
But I'm
taken
kinda
that
not-
L, you know. Taken that.
Hey, but as long as my kid has what he needs and I'm
Mhm.
on top of my shit, and that's what I try to tell my mom, because she's one of my biggest hater critics,
Mhm.
but she means it with love.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard, because she would be like, "Oh, you just want to get high. You just want to get high."
Mhm.
Nah, man, it keeps me sane from kicking your ass and kicking his ass. But for that reason too, because I'll be like, yo, there's people like, how are you judging me for
Mhm.
taking a hit, whatever it is?
Well, it's really the reality of people's like perception.
Yeah.
Or maybe I said that backwards. People's perception is the reality.
Mhm.
And in this case, I always, again, back to my point, I always find it funny that people have all this reefer madness attitude towards weed. And again, if you don't know what reefer madness is, go look it up. Go watch the movie.
It's funny as hell.
It's hilarious. But it's all this reefer madness fear, but you going to put me on Prozac.
Yeah.
You going to put me
right.
on Lexico. You
Lorazepam.
going to put me on
Yeah.
gabapentin. You going to put me on cortisone shots.
Mhm.
You going to put me on blah, 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 blah. You going to give me drugs that's going to drive me crazy. But when I tell you I want to smoke some weed, you going to look at me like I'm crazy. I don't get it. I mean, hey, I I understand that the whole big pharma versus, medicinal health
Mhm.
or whatever is like a war. But I still don't understand how people won't even like open their ears to even
Yeah.
try. Like you said, I mean, your mom's judging you is one thing. Your mom gonna judge you.
Right.
Yeah.
You came out of vagina. She got the right to judge.
Also, she came from Salvador, where all she saw was like gang people smoking this shit.
Exactly.
And then, and then she came over here and she moved to Compton, and then that's all she saw again. Everybody smoking weed and being,
Yeah.
in her
Yeah.
head, drug addicts. So it's like she's seen the ins and outs or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But now that she sees, like, from when I was taking the actual prescription pills that the doctor would prescribe me to what, she's like, you know what? I get it. I understand it. She's like, because I can see the difference in you.
Yeah.
And then for a lot of times, my family's like, you this. And I had a couple of, close friends that would tell me too, like, something's different about you. It's different about you. And I'll just be like, I don't know. And I'm like, it's the weed.
It's the weed, nigga, it's the weed.
Reefer madness. No, I'm just kidding. No. But, I do feel it. It connects with me.
It does.
It helps you. And like I said, no shade to no mom. Like, you parent how you want to. Nobody's going to tell you how to do it. But, like, you smoke from your kid, hey, go nuts, it's just this thing where I've had as growing up, like, I would be like, is it okay? Like, before it was like, is it okay to smoke in here?
Right.
Now it's like, is your kid cool? Is your kid
I mean,
like, I don't go in front of the kid and like,
that's respect.
But,
Well, the thing about it is just I don't judge how you judge, how you operate, but you are judging me. So like, what would be something like one thing besides the regular cliche, stop judging me? What's just one hope you have for the industry? Because the industry is not going anywhere. It's definitely growing. But like, what's the one hope you have for the cannabis community? Because you're not really in it as a retail side, but you're still in it as a community because we are still trying to push these community-based
I'm a people person.
events.
I like to talk to my peoples and my peoples.
So like, what do you hope can change in the industry?
You know what? I just hope there's a lot of things, honestly. Like, there's a lot. I don't like to talk. I do, but I don't like to talk about it so much because then it gets political.
Of course, what are
mean?
like your top 3?
It's very political. But what I do want to see is like, it's flourishing. It's always flourishing. It's not gonna stop it. It's a fucking weed.
Yeah.
It's like the actual fucking weed plant. You can't get rid of weeds, even if you tried. But I just wanted to get a little bit more cleaned up. Appreciate the people that built or brought things up to where it's at, because
it's like farmers, cultivators.
Yeah, like people need to recognize these people. People need to give credit to where the credit is due, to who it belongs to, because a lot of times like, I did this, but you found it, you created it, you made it your own shit, but this has been done before. But you guys are not giving that credit to those people. And we're not over here saying like, oh my God, here's 20%. Oh my God, here you go. No, it's just saying like, thank you. Just appreciate, give the gratitude, and say thank you. If it wasn't for this person, if it wasn't, it's a lot of, gatekeeping. Number 2, sorry. Everywhere. Gatekeeping. There's a lot of gatekeepers out here. And if you have if you know something, say something. Hey.
Hey.
But no, like, you, instead of trying to hold everything to one or trying to be like, oh, I'm gonna do this, like, a lot of times, and a lot of these people have gotten places because they got a team, because they got their people bringing them up to where they need to be. A lot of times people forget that. And that's me putting it nicely.
That's very nice.
Because it's like, thank you. Like I said, a thank you can get you so far, especially in this game.
Yeah.
Just a simple thank you, or like, oh, I appreciate you. It's like, oh shit, yeah, I remember this person. I do this. Oh yeah. And hope. More hope.
Yeah.
More hope.
Definitely agree with like more community based. What about you, Ben? And that's more on the relation side.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with everything you said. The biggest portion for me is people understanding that this thing is only going to grow with you actually trying to be genuine with your interactions with people. I have a hard time talking about myself as is, but if I was to talk about myself for a second, I would say that I've had a good time in this industry growing because I've went out my way in moments when I did and didn't need to be overly positive in situations where I could have been completely negative. Or there's been times, and this is true stories, I've like met people at shops, not realizing how fucking important they are, and then later realizing that, man, that dude's super important. Shout outs to you, Wayne.
Dead ass.
But no,
Wow.
man, it's just one of these things where you don't know who you know until you know them, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, when you do know them, that either is going to be a good thing or a bad thing, depending on how you were acting before you got to know who they are.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
Mhm.
be on your best fucking behavior.
Right.
If you want to move up or you want to do things in this industry, be positive. Don't be a dick rider, but don't be negative. Don't be someone who's always trying to be competitive,
Sure.
but then not like, giving good feedback. It's like for me, I know what position I am in and I know where I am in with things. So I don't ever try to overstep or overstomp my level of things. But then again, I'm not saying I downplay myself.
Mhm.
Right.
But like, yes, he said, like when something's better than something I got, I ain't got no problem be like, hey man, no, go over there. He got the better
Yeah.
shit.
We do that all
I
the time.
do that all the time in this industry because it's like she said, it's an industry that grows. Like it's not declining, it's just
Yeah.
growing. Every year there is a baby being born,
Mhm.
and every year there is a weed smoker that is being
That is
produced.
being
So
introduced.
and so with that being said, unless something crazy happens and they just delete all the weed in the world, there's
Yeah.
not going to be a stoppage of people smoking weed. So
Yeah.
for me, it's just like treating people positively, treating people with respect, treating
Mhm.
people the way they deserve to be treated has gotten me, more blessings than I can ever and would ever receive in an
Mhm.
office job
Oh,
or a
yeah.
tech job or being a lawyer, which again, nothing's wrong with any of
No.
those occupations. I just
Mhm.
know for me and who I am, I was never going to progress as quickly as I have
Yeah.
at the rate that I have working those fields. And so
Yep.
that's why I love the cannabis industry, because you could be red, black, blue, white, polka dot.
Mhm.
They got a job for your ass in this industry. And if
Mhm.
you link with the right person, you do what you're supposed to do, you work hard, aka
Mhm.
smart,
Mhm.
you will move up. But if you
Yeah.
come in here and you think you're this, you think you that,
Keep it genuine.
yeah, your ass gonna
Keep
you
it
gonna
genuine.
you gonna fizzle out quicker than a TikTok
Mhm.
trend.
Okay. Okay.
You're gonna
A TikTok audio.
It's out of there. Out of there. Your ass is out of there.
Outta
Seen them come
there.
and go. Brands here,
Mhm.
brands there. So
Man.
yeah, my hope for the future and whatnot is just that, people just remember that, like, yes, he said, like Auntie said, this is community based. We don't give a fuck about how fire your flower is.
I was just
We
gonna
don't
say.
give a fuck about how dank your smoke is. We don't give a fuck about your packaging. We don't give a fuck about your logo. We don't give a fuck about who rolling your blunts, but we do care about how you treat people. Okay.
Yeah, there is it's just like he's saying that because
Yeah.
there's a market for everybody. Like, do you know we did we put somebody on sun-grown flower every day because people be like, I don't want no sun-grown flower. Like, what you think Ching Chong was smoking on? Ching Chong was smoking
Literally
on
was
that
just in Jamaica.
54%. In Jamaican people was getting appalled and flabbergasted at the audacity of wanting anything danker than their flower.
Mhm.
And which, to be
Hey.
off the island, to be out of California, it really wasn't bad. But it's because they don't smoke that dank every day. That's fine for them.
Smoke.
We about to smoke. They be like, this is some boof. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like that term should be outdated in 2025 because there's literally a market for everybody. Your Uncle Jimmy John wants to just smoke
Mhm.
some flower.
Well, to me, it's just like newsflash.
Nana.
Jimi Hendrix
Nana
was
wants
smoking
some.
booth.
Jimi Hendrix was Bob Marley.
Smoking booth.
Stop playing with me with his little goddamn paper joint.
Booth.
Stop playing with me.
Your granddaddy was smoking booth.
Your granddaddy, your uncle.
Smoking booth.
That's what
That
I said.
uncle
Be
at the barbecue.
appreciative.
Smoking
Hey.
But hey, you here. So obviously it worked. Your mom and your daddy smoking booth.
I mean,
But again,
Mhm.
you're here.
smoking.
So
Like,
Now you know what.
they be like 37%. Your weed is only 37%.
That's fucking lies.
what
I got
is
news for you. That's lies.
yeah, it is lies.
Lies.
It's all lies, ladies and gentlemen.
Lies and
There is a
deceits.
whole ass
testing. There was a whole chart released.
There's a whole ass chart
and
going around. Everybody like, oh my god, pesticides. No!
It's when we used to work and they used to be like, I want the dankest of the dankest flour. I'd be like, okay, what's $75 for 3.5?
Like, what you got for 20?
They'd be like, actually, are there any deal? I'm a first time customer. Like, you go on for days for the audacity of people judging flour.
All right, so we at the end, almost to the end. Do we have time to?
Yeah,
Did
we
you?
we do have
Do
time.
you have time?
I mean, honestly,
Mhm.
we didn't even have time to review our letters because people were so mad at the uncle
Why
about
they mad
us
at
just telling the
you?
truth.
Why,
We just
Theo?
told the-
Why?
We just told the
Oh.
truth last
Last episode.
episode. We may or
Well, we
may.
had I think Shorty emailed us back.
Oh,
but
perfect.
in regards to if last episode upset you, in regards to if last episode offended you, I just want to take this time to apologize to absolutely no fucking one. What the fuck did you think? Bro, I'm not apologizing to you. Here's my thing. If you haven't watched that episode, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and watch Goomars and Gooners and Goomars, whatever the fuck name of the episode was. I do not have Keith Bernard Johnson Jr. That is my legal name. I do not have a problem with you gentlemen who are older than me who like to date younger women. Ain't no problem. What I got a problem with is when you don't realize that just maybe, you may sit your old ass down.
Mm.
If that offends you, tough titty. I don't give a fuck. My show. Don't watch. If you saw the clip on Instagram, block me. What you gonna do? What you ain't gonna do is tell me shut the fuck up. What you ain't gonna do is tell me I'm wrong. And what you ain't gonna do is tell me that, again, I'm wrong. Some of y'all get a little too lost in the sauce. Y'all wasn't cool in high school, or you were cool in high school, and you still want to be cool. News fucking flash, buddy. You ain't. Maybe you are. But I'm just telling you, I think some of y'all look fucking weird. And that's it. If you want to date
I got
19...
a button that says that.
What was
Your
that?
mom dresses you weird. I got a button for that.
I'm just saying, listen, dog. If you want to date 19-year-olds as a 45-year-old, be my guest. Just don't think I'm fucking crazy for calling you out on it. Again, it's just legal and it's consent. That's cool. Do your thing. I just told you I think it's fucking weird. So what you think? Because you doing some weird shit, I'm supposed to think it's cool? Is that what it is? I don't know. Like I said, you don't like change the channel.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Oh, anywho,
gotta
Shawty
figure it
emailed us
out.
back.
Yes,
See,
she
Ted,
did.
I
Well,
didn't know.
she just gave us an update.
Okay.
She said thanks.
Yeah. Do you recall?
The Shawty with
Yes.
the man in he wants her to dress in the baggy clothing.
Yes, we got about-
Because we
The
try to do
90s?
follow-ups. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so
What
for the
happened?
most part, she just followed up and told us that she talked to bruh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, she talked to him. He's very offended.
Oh.
He's offended that she
she
at what
ask
that
him?
she asked. If he what did she ask though?
What'd she say? First
She's
of all.
okay. So hold on.
Yeah, because now I'm like, what did
Now,
she
I'm
say?
invested, by
Are
the
you-
way. I was watching that and I was like, what do you mean?
Did she say? Never
All
mind.
right, you ready for this? Are you ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm ready. I'm
All
ready.
right.
I wanna know.
Dear auntie and uncle,
Okay.
thank you so very much for the feedback on my new Boo Things boxers and t-shirts. Like you guys said, I decided to ask him flat out, is you gay?
We didn't.
So I
say-
straight up asked him, is you gay?
We did not say to say it like that.
His response
We did not.
was not that positive.
because-
oh my goodness.
He called me and told me that he was very upset and would not like to talk to me for the rest of the week, as he needs to think about our relationship.
Well, damn. I mean, she damn near should have just.
Hold on, no, this is where it gets sticky.
I'm sorry. I'm jumping.
His inability to express his feelings to me or give me a straight up answer makes me think he's gay.
Oh, fuck.
Thank you so very much, auntie and uncle, for telling me to be direct. I think I'm over this finger in the booty little boy anyways. Signed, Jasmine.
Okay, Jasmine. I don't recall. I'm gonna have to go back and watch our episode because I don't recall her saying to ask him, "Is you gay?" She might as well ask him if he doing the bending.
She did say that she was questioning
Mhm.
is sexual.
I think she
You
just
know, so
wanted
maybe
him
she
to-
should have just said, let it out with that instead of be like, "Is you gay?" But I also, I appreciate the very direct. Get it right there in the butt. You know.
Now, did you go in there and say, "Hey, my auntie and uncle want me to know, is you gay?" Or did you say, "Is you gay?" Because now I feel,
Because I can't bring you to Christmas if it's so.
My people need to know if you gay or not. So like, ain't no problem.
crowd
Ain't no
goes
problem. Like
wild.
it's 2025. They okay, But like we
Hey.
like to know. I do like to know.
I think that you did a great job by asking him.
Great job, Jasmine.
I just probably wouldn't have asked in text message.
Is you gay?
I would have did something
Over
simple.
coffee.
Yeah.
Maybe cook them a nice little snacky snack.
Set them down.
Ask them what kind of shoes you're wearing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
This is what I would have did. I wouldn't even ask him if he was gay. I would have asked him simple subliminal questions like, which favorite episode of Sex and the City is your favorite? Or do you really like Golden Girls? And if you do, which Golden Girl is your favorite? Or what did you think about how Eva Longoria was treated on the set of Desperate Housewives? If he knew any of those answers like I do, either he grew up with his mama.
Yeah. Or he has a wife. Or he had a wife. Or he has a wife.
Or he doing
You
the
should run
bending.
if he has a wife. You should run.
He doing the bending.
He
Oh, he
would.
could be. He could have a
He
wife.
could have a wife. Look at that. We're opening
Ooh.
boxes.
Oh, now we're working. We're opening
working,
things. See,
we're
you might have dodged a
working.
bullet, sis.
Yeah. You're welcome in that case.
Because you clearly dodged a pegging. Because
Hey.
And that is your auntie and your uncle.
I'm just saying, I would have nicely have just, if you asked me, is you gay? I would have asked you, is
He
you...
got offended.
Yeah, whoa. I would just ask you, is you slow?
Honestly,
I'd be like, yes, I'm very happy.
Because grammatically asking me, is you gay? Was just like, I don't know. Maybe he dodged a bullet.
I
'cause
get both sides. I see why he's mad because
She is 23 though.
is you gay? Okay, but he shouldn't
How
be
old
mad
is he?
because he's 28. I
Oh.
remember.
Yo,
Okay,
Jasmine, did you say
18.
is you gay with emojis?
Yeah, because y'all be talking in goddamn emojis and things.
You had to at least give him one emoji, right?
Did she do it? Did she send it like this one?
I hope she didn't say is,
Is you gay
Is
with
you-
a GIF?
nah.
Is you
all I know-
is you waving that flag?
Right. What if she just sent
Really
all the
high
flags?
pride.
She just
He was
sent all the
supposed-
flags.
He was supposed to return. It's one with a GIF. Yo, I'm dead, yo.
Oh my God,
if you or your partner are having problems, do what you need to do. But asking them directly is probably, in my opinion, the best thing to do. I wouldn't ask via text. But yeah, that's just me. What you got to say before we get up out of here?
Good job to Jasmine. Jesus, what a way to end out.
Hey, man.
Check us out. Also, follow the Night Shift Gals if y'all don't follow the Night Shift Gals.
We got
But,
stuff coming.
we got some things coming again, like we said, that'll be posted. I'm very glad y'all got to meet my partner in business. I won't say partner in crime because no crime is being committed.
Just a crime of fun, bitch.
Dun, 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 dun. Right? Is it a crime to be fine? No, I'm just
No.
kidding. Okay. Thank you, Uncle, for having our girl on the shizzo.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys for having me.
Anytime. Yes, man. As you guys can see, I meant to say this earlier, but like, subscribe, share podcast. Views going up over here. Prices going up, baby.
Shout out to Petty Cat
Hey,
Shout out
Studios
to
show
Petty
a
for
little
the
nip,
end
nip, so
too.
you gotta,
Yeah, I know.
tip,
Don't edit
tip.
that out either, Petty Cash. Show them titties.
Gang.
Show them titties.
We gotta get the
I can't wait
chips.
to clip this,
We gotta
by the way.
get the tips, baby.
But no, thank you guys for watching this episode. Until next time, we out.
Thank you for being here today.